YOLO racing enthusiasts of YouTube. So I'm a big F1 fan, and I want to throw out an idea that I had in regards to Formula One. Now, Formula One is trying to become more and more eco-friendly, whether it be through drivetrain systems, whether it be through fuels, materials, whatever it is, right? But when it comes to the energy output of the engine, whatever is making that energy, I don't care what you use, even if it's pure electricity, it's not eco-friendly, because the way we harvest electricity is not the most eco-friendly way. The most eco-friendly way is nuclear power plants and dams, hydroelectric dams, of which both of those are a small percentage of what gives us our electricity, right? So what I want to throw out there, which I'm surprised that Formula One, being the pinnacle of motorsports, where their vehicles are like, they're testing all types of breakthrough materials and ideas and stuff like that, right? So I'm surprised they haven't come to the conclusion of trying to recycle some of their exhaust fumes. So for you people that don't know, your everyday street car pretty much is 35, like it's like 15 to 35% fuel efficient, which means it's burning only 15 to 35% of the fuel you put into your car. Formula One vehicles have the highest efficiency of any vehicles on the planet, and they're only burning about 50% of the fuel. Now, the other 50% just gets exhausted out. For road cars, it goes through your catalytic converter, of which burns those fumes, and then you exhaust it out. That's why when people's, like someone's, let's say their catalytic converter gets stolen, you see black smoke coming out of the car, because those fumes aren't being burned, then released into the atmosphere. Now, the idea I had was, you basically you take some of that exhaust fume and you reintroduce it into the intake. Now, if you were to just take your exhaust fumes and plug it into your intake, you're gonna choke the engine and it's gonna stall. But that doesn't mean that you can't experiment with a certain percentage of recycled fuel, whether it be 5%, 10%. You might get a longer race with you harder on the gas pedal by recycling 5 to 10% of that wasted fumes, or what would be wasted fumes. Now, the way you can do that, you can do it in multiple ways. One way is you can designate, let's say it's a V8, right? Or a V6, or I'll stick to V8, it's easier. So let's say you have a V8. You can designate 2 of the cylinders to burn strictly recycled fumes, or partially, like 50-50 recycled, 50-50 virgin fuel, where the other 6 cylinders are just burning virgin fuel, right? Or you can just adjust the entire engine so that it's able to burn, like all 8 cylinders are able to burn, 5-10% recycled fuel and 90-95% virgin fuel. So there's different ways you can do this, and I'm surprised Formula One has not come to the conclusion of trying to do this. So I just wanted to throw this idea out there. I'm really surprised that no one in Formula One has kind of like, this might be somewhat more eco-friendly, and if we could develop this technology, then we can also adapt it to road cars. But obviously, there's way too much corruption in the world, and I don't expect such things to really happen, I'm not so optimistic on the energy sector of the country or the world. I think there's way too much money, too much politics, too much corruption, and too much fuckery and gluttony and greed in that industry for anything to actually happen anywhere near that. But that's just my opinion. I'll end it at that. You guys have a nice day. Peace.